Hello, and welcome to another Attack on Titan manga read along. This one is not live. I'm pretty sure I'm done with my Attack on Titan manga live streams. It's Wednesday, and the new episode is going to come out on Friday. So it's right here. It's so close. On some of my last videos, there's someone keep commenting in like messages like this long, and it's almost all of it or half of it's like in all caps, and like I'm not even gonna try and read through those kinds of messages. First of all, because I'm people that get that passionate and they can't like while they're listening to a manga read along, they can't think, hey, maybe I shouldn't type in all caps. Like maybe that's not conveying my message as good as I could convey it. Because like I understand getting worked up, but you are not talking to me face to face. You have the time to take some deep breaths and like decide, do I want to type in all caps, or how can I convey my thoughts as, because this is a person, obviously I'm not caught up with the manga or anything. There's still a lot I don't know. But yeah, those kind of people, I don't think that their comments are generally worth reading. And mainly I'm just worried about spoilers because they can get so passionate that they end up hinting at things that haven't even happened yet. I did see one comment from a person saying, I can't wait until you read the chapter which you haven't read yet. Or I can't wait until that chapter is animated or something you haven't read yet, which I consider kind of a spoiler because it's like hinting or building up expectations. So my reaction's gonna be influenced because it's fine if like one or two people do it. Generally I won't really notice or I'll forget about it quickly. But if there's in other shows like I always reference the Zoro nothing happened moment. So many people on various episodes or videos said, oh, I can't wait for nothing happened or nothing happened. Like they kept repeating this phrase, and it just ruined the moment, because instead of enjoying that scene when it played out, I just kind of went, oh, that's that moment people kept hinting at, like it wasn't fresh. So I do kind of get annoyed with people like that. But I don't know. At this point, I don't care that much. I'm very excited for the story. I know it's going to be, Attack on Titan has always been interesting and amazing, and I feel like, as I've said for a long time, the author has very strong a message that he wants to send with the story. So I'm just kind of excited to see that conclusion finally. And these comments, these comments I was just talking about, these people, you can just see they won't give me chance to like watch the story play out and have my feelings. It's like they've decided. One person said, but basically they've decided this is how you interpret the story, and if you don't have this interpretation, it's a bad interpretation or it's the wrong interpretation. I'm like, no, that's not really how that works, but okay. So I'm not gonna ramble on for too long about these people. They are very frustrating, and I feel like you guys have seen that sometimes it got to a point where I kind of lost my shit. But I'm glad it never got to a point where I like rage quit. I just got angry and I expressed that anger. But I've never luckily rage quit. I remember when I watched Hunter x Hunter, and that there were kind of like people that I didn't like the show enough, and they were really rude to me about that. I remember there was a time that I rage quit the show and I had to take a break because of those people. But Attack on Titan, luckily, like, it had its own breaks in between seasons. Hunter x Hunter I watched all at once because it was already, all of the anime was out. The 2011 version. I mean, it's not finished, but you know what I'm saying. But Attack on Titan, I watched the first 3 seasons by myself, and people only really started getting bad around season 3. Season 2 had some ups and downs, or actually one moment, the Eren moment, Eren and Reiner, when that was revealed. That was a bit rocky, but it wasn't too bad. Season 3, towards the end, I don't know, people started getting, and then season 4 hit, and suddenly all hell broke loose, and I was not prepared. So I remember my season 4 part 1 reactions were, I was mad. I was frustrated. Season 2, I started like, I didn't get as mad. I just kind of trolled them or mocked them. Like without, instead of getting mad, I just kind of like made fun. I tried to. And at this point, I feel like I still get frustrated, but I'm just thankful I never rage quit. Anyway, we're starting with chapter 124 today, and it's called Thaw. I'm going to try and do 4 chapters, but I'll see how far I get in 2 hours. I would give myself 2 hours, and then I might have some time tomorrow to do an extra chapter or 2 if I don't finish the 4 chapters today. And yeah, and then Friday is the new episode. I can't wait. Okay, episode 124, Thaw. I just want to make sure there's no video playing in the background, because imagine a whole manga read along with copyrighted content playing in the background or something. Okay, for the 3rd time, episode chapter 124, Thaw. So it starts with, I think this is Annie's dad. I don't remember, but everyone obviously is here at the paths, and they're listening to Eren. We have everyone kind of in confusion. What just happened? What was that place? You saw it too? What did he just say? You okay, Mr. Leonhardt? Did you hear that? He said they're coming. The Titans are coming from that island to kill us all. Oh, he's more in disbelief, like the Titans are coming from that island to kill us all. So here we have obviously the big feet. Doof, 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 doof. Falco, hey, where'd you go? Turning into a Titan for the first time affects your memories. He wouldn't be able to move right away. They took him. Who did? Why? John and Connie, probably. There's no way they would leave behind someone as crucial as Falco. No way they could ignore one of the 9 Titans. Huh? Can you move? No. The armor stripped away from me somehow. The debris from the wall hit me straight on. The armor stripped away from me somehow. The debris, so his armor was gone, and then the debris fell on him. As the walls came down, so did my armor. Oh, because they're made of the same stuff. Reiner, I couldn't stop him. Eren is going to destroy the world. To the south, there are airships to evacuate in. Find Peak or some Marleyan soldiers and go. Let them know. Tell Marley. No, tell the world. What good would it do to tell them? Where would we run? Mom, Dad, even Aunt Karina, they're all going to die, aren't they? That's right. We have to kill Eren and stop this. You can't. Just as he stripped my Titan of its armor. The founding Titan is able to control all Titans and subjects of Ymir as it sees fit. No one can stop him now. We can only run. What happens there? It's like a few minutes later, and then he's lying down with a blanket, and she ties up her hair. Doesn't she look a lot like Eren right there? Just in that little panel. Pulling up her hair, like the forehead and the pieces falling. And ooh-hoo, even there looking at herself in the mirror. Just hold on, Falco. Instead of talking to herself and saying, fight, fight, she has now shifted her whole goal from before she came to the island, and now she's learned it's about protecting someone. So that is interesting, because we had this kind of parallel with her and Eren for a lot of their characteristics parallel each other, right? But the last time we saw Eren like this, he was saying fight, fight, and everyone's saying his intention is to protect his friends. But where was the emphasis? What was he telling himself? Fight, fight, trying to convince himself or whatever. But here, it's just interesting that the emphasis is on actually protecting. Hold on, Volker, like, it's different from the feel of the scene with him in the dungeon, where he could have, like he said, broken out at any time. So it wasn't really trapped, but it was more the light, everything was darker and he was more intense and it was fight, fight. Whereas this is the light coming in from here, from the right. And yeah, she's saying, hold on, Volker. You get some rest, Reiner. I'll be back with everyone. She's a pretty great character in my opinion, because she's so young and she had the same kind of drive as Eren in the beginning, but she learned so fast when she came here. It wasn't an easy journey for her, but I mean, she didn't immediately switch and learn from Volker what she needed to learn, but pretty soon, through her experiences with Sasha's parents and Kaya, she realized the truth, which is a lot for such a young girl to learn so quickly. It's over. I never imagined he'd plan to slaughter everyone outside the walls, but if they all disappear, so will all the hatred. All the enemies that have ever threatened our existence flattened. Blank, empty land is all that will be left. Wouldn't that be nice if it was a blank, empty land? But no, it will be littered with corpses and blood. Diseases will break out, kill animals, I'm sure. And that will spread even here, I think. I already had that discussion in a previous video, so I'm not going to recap all of it again with what I think will happen to the world after the rumbling, after everything's flattened, ecosystems ruined, But if you've been listening to my manga reactions, you will have heard me talk about my thoughts on that. Blank, empty land is all that will be left. What the people on the other side of the sea feared most came true. And it's because they labeled us as devils and tried to kill us all. So this is just something those outsiders brought upon themselves. There was nothing we could have done, right? I'm pretty sure many people said the same thing about Eldians. They looked at the Eldians in the internment zones. It's raining. They looked at the Eldians in the internment zone, and instead of realizing, you know what, that is wrong. People should not be treated like this. People who didn't do anything should not be this, what's the word for? I forgot the word, but people shouldn't be treated like this. Innocent people. But they convinced themselves that it was fine because they brought it upon themselves. Like Eldians in general, with the 2000 or how many years of history. So clearly he doesn't believe what he's saying. But if you tell this to yourself enough, oh, there's nothing I can do. And in some cases, it's totally true. Think about World War II. There were German people that stood up against the Nazis and stuff and said that, or even tried to hide Jewish people. And if they were caught out, they were killed. So people were too scared to do anything. So if enough people, they just kind of convinced themselves to stay sane. You know what? They brought this upon themselves for whatever reason, or so what else can you do? That's how he feels. At this point, it's too late. That's why I always wonder to myself, what was the earliest sign that people, because remember, it's not like Hitler gained control overnight and then started sending Jewish people to concentration camps. I'm just always curious, what was the earliest sign that it was going in the wrong direction? Because we need to be looking out for those kinds of signs, because usually the same as here. with the rumbling. It's like it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and then suddenly, okay, it's too late. But actually, they were trying, they were doing their best. But I mean, in real life, oftentimes, when such bad things happen, governments do horrible things to their own people, the people living in their country, that the people that they're supposed to take care of, it's not something that happens overnight. Things get progressively worse. And by the time, it's like a frog boiling in water, right? You put the frog in the bucket, you slowly heat up the water. The frog it can jump out, but it doesn't, because it doesn't realize that it's getting warmer and warmer and warmer, and so the frog gets boiled. I heard that's like a simile or an analogy, but that's what happens a lot in history. By the time you realize, oh shit, I'm in boiling water, I'm gonna die, it's too late. And then you can't stand up against your government because you've given them too much power. So then all you can do is convince yourself, if you're luckily not one of the people being sent to the concentration camps by some amazing miracle, you're not the wrong type of person, according to your government. The only thing you can do then, you try and convince yourself, is, they brought it upon themselves, and then you buy into the propaganda. But in this case, it's just, as I've said before, the wheel just turned. It used to be the Marlians, or some Marlians, speaking like John, they brought it upon themselves, and now he's doing the same. But of course, we can see he doesn't mean this. But this is going too far. A massacre on a scale that's never been seen before. Then do we stop him? Aaron? He rejected Zeke and his plans to castrate us all, and he rejected sacrificing his story in order to maintain the Founder's power. In other words, in order to protect us, Aaron sacrificed all of humanity beyond the walls. But once again, I would like to point out that I don't think that this is... If his plan is exactly what we see here at face value, this is not protecting them, because we see, even within the walls, the Jaegerists shot people who don't agree with everything they say. The thing is, I believe that even after all this, even if his whole rumbling plan goes perfectly, and the whole world is squashed and they can only focus on Paradis will eat itself up from inside. People will not be able to live with the guilt. It will affect them spiritually, psychologically. The Jaegerists will take control, and anyone that doesn't agree with everything they say will be shot. They'll just die. I don't see this going well, even if everything works out perfectly. But that's only if Aaron's plan is as it is. If we take Aaron's plan at face value, if it is what we think it is now. But I've already shared my theory on what I think it is. And, yeah. In other words, in order to protect us, Aaron sacrificed all of humanity beyond the walls. And the ones who benefit from this massacre are us. Because you are important to me more than anyone. Sasha died. The rest of them are going to die too at the hands of the Jaegerists, I bet. If his plan succeeds, which I believe it won't, because I still think, I'm 80% certain his plan is what I think it is, because it's not like I sucked the theory out of my thumb. There were flags, there were foreshadowing, and then coupled that very, very prominent foreshadowing, couple that with the comments that I've been getting about, oh, Aaron. It's to me, I'm almost 85% sure my theory is correct. Okay, what is that? Titans! Are they fighting our soldiers? Did they already devour the Marlian soldiers? Really? But why? If Aaron has command of the Founder, can't he control all the Titans too? Just look, they're eating our allies. We're heading in. Wait, John. Fuck, I cannot say John enough. John. Jean. John. I'm just going to start calling him John. What are you going to do with that kid? My guess is he's inherited the Jaw Titan. We can't just leave him behind. If we feed him to someone, who's become a titan, we can save them, like Commander Pixis. No, my mom. We'll feed him to my mom in Ragako village, alright? Connie, John, according to Zeke, that kid is a warrior candidate, a cadet in the warrior unit, like Reiner and the others. If we were to kill someone close to them like him, it'd provoke a whole new conflict with Reiner and the Cart Titan. If Marley's already done for, there's no point in continuing our blood feud with Reiner and the others. So, you're saying my mom doesn't matter? That's not what I... How do you think I feel going back again and again to the village where my mom lays? You're saying you don't get it? You ate Bertolt, didn't you? You're here. You're alive with us. I'm bringing my mom back to life. Don't you stop me. And then I think he dashes... Wait, no? Oh, no. Okay, just... Connie, and then a titan bursts in on them. Ah, and then he does. Yes, he dashes away with Falco. Not now. This is bad. Wow, this titan really does look like that guy. This guy. Images. Bob Odenkirk. Oh my goodness. Open image in your tab. I mean, look at the hair. Bob Odenkirk. Do you guys think he the author of Attack on Titan watched the show? Wait, Better Call Saul. He's just not smiling in this one. I want a picture with him like smiling with his teeth. I wonder if I should tweet and ask the community. Do you guys think smile? You see, even look at that little piece. It has to be. Has to be the same guy. That little piece. It's how his hair falls. It's a parting. It's very characteristic to him. It looks like the same guy. Okay, wait. I'll be finished in a second. I only have 2 hours. I have to do better time here, but I have to. Is it just me? Is it okay? Let's continue. Focus. We better deal with these titans quick, because there aren't any walls left on this island. And it's chaos. It's destruction. Do you guys remember when the second time when the wall broke and the all the bodies lying, like the titans eat them and then barf them out or something. And then the people look like unrecognizable and there was blood everywhere. There's diseases, not a little cold or cough, not diseases that kill, no, disease, Black Plague. No one after this is surviving here. Dead. The ones that the Jaegerists don't kill will be killed by the plague. And then the Jaegerists won't be able to farm meat for themselves. They're gonna starve to death. Or become, I guess, hunters. I mean, tribal foraging and then they'll eat something poisonous and die too. Sorry, but I just don't see society making it out of this. Not a society as small as Paradis. Black Plague. Everyone did. We're in trouble. They'll destroy this fort too. Have all the soldiers outside been defeated? Yelena, get back. The Titan Zeke created. Why is Zeke not controlling his Titans? The guy looks in, little Titan man. It's over. Run! Get to a narrow alley. Is that Nile? Oh, that's so bad. Cause is it? Turn here. Kaya, watch where you're going. And then she trips and falls. Oh, I love this part. Kaya, no, Blossom. Oof, and then the Titan crashes over him. He's rescued. Oh, and then he's there on the floor. She screams, why? Again. Save me, Sasha. And Master Blast, Kaya! And then, right through the throat. Fucking awesome moment. She is saved. She looks up and Gabi says, Kaya, get up! And she jumps over her and slams the thing down his throat. Ah! And is that she shoot again? Oh my god. And in front of her is not Sasha, but the Gabi. Imagine none of this whole scene, this fantastic 10 out of 10 scene would not have been possible. Ooh, I get goosebumps. If Sasha had been killed off back then, you know? Wouldn't have been possible. I mean, it kind of would have, because, you know, he could still have Gabi save her, but it's only as meaningful as it is because Gabi was the one who killed Sasha. Mia, Kaya, you okay? I heard you escaped with the warrior unit. Why are you here? They captured Falco, so I came back to rescue him. You mean Ben? Hey, are you all okay? Did you kill that Titan? What's that weapon you've got? Did that girl do it? Is that the kid from Marley, the intruder? Are you? Answer, or else. She's not. We're all family. We live in the stables together. Fucking Jaegerist. Kaya. I killed the Titan. As a former Marlian soldier and a prisoner of war, I know how to use this gun. Now won't you forget about that and take us to safety? Save us, Mr. Soldier, please. We'll make our way around the flames. Thank you. Listen here, Mia. You get Ben and run, but you stay with us and be good until then, okay? Yes. Did all of you have that daydream too? Really? The Titans of the Walls? Going out in the world? Seems like it. Why did you defend me? I should be asking you. Why did you save me? You even risked your life. I don't know. I'm the devil who tried to kill you, right? No, the devil was me. I've killed a lot of people, so people would praise me. That's the devil in me. He's inside of me too, and you, Kaya, and everyone. There's a devil inside of us all, and that's why the world turned out this way. Then what should we do? This reminds me of a show that I watched, right? And it links to this story because I've brought up this same argument or analogy when people say, oh, well, the world, these are sometimes an argument made by people who agree with Zeke. So they say Titans, Eldians are lucky to be basically sterilized and then die out peacefully. They'd be lucky to have that because the world is never gonna accept them because they have a devil inside them. They can turn into Titans, so the world will never accept them. But that's such bullshit, because basically what it's saying is we have to punish people based on, not just punish, we have to kill people, death penalty, for people who have not done something wrong but might do something wrong. You like they can't willingly turn into titans, but someone somewhere could get some spinal fluid into their mouth and then scream, and then they could turn into titans if all of those conditions are met. So just because that potential exists, now that gives us a reason, a right to take their lives. That makes absolutely no sense, just because they have this devil inside them. So what this devil inside them thing makes me think of is I watched this story called The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And I kind of liked the first season or two, because it's the kind of show that is weird, but it was like just something fun to put on while I was doing other things. And I was kind of watching it as well because it had funny moments, and it was something I had never seen before. This was like 2 years ago or something when I watched it. And also what I liked is this show kind of makes fun about all kinds of people, you know, like people on the left, people on the right, people on there, people over there. Like it's just one of those shows that it makes fun of everyone. I feel like a lot of shows these days only make fun of one side, and then it kind of gets like, what, is this propaganda or anyway. So I like the first few seasons, but then in the last 2 or so seasons, spoiler alert, obviously, I will, if you don't want to be spoiled, I will put this green straw down when I'm finished talking about the spoilers, okay? So mute me until you don't see the green straw. So in this Kimmy Schmidt, in the last 2 seasons, she writes a book or something, right? She was kidnapped as a kid and like held captive. Her and some 3 or 4 other girls in a basement or a bunker, and there was this guy that said, the world outside is an apocalypse and I've saved you. So they believed him, but actually they were being held captive, and obviously bad things happened to them. And it was very traumatic. And the whole show is about her overcoming the time she missed out on. Like the world has changed, and she has this unbreakable spirit despite what she went through. But then in the last 2 seasons, she writes a book, a children's book. This is very important. A children's book. And it's about how boys, not children, not all children, no, boys have a demon inside them that they have to learn to tame before, you know, they grow up and go out into the world, because otherwise they'll become kidnappers, murderers, and rapists, I guess, you know. So fucking weird. Pisses me off to no end. It's a horrible way to end the whole show. It's a horrible message. And like, I remember I watched a show once. It's called a Moomin. And there was this monster called the Krok monster. I don't know what you say it in English, but it's just this monster with a big dark like sheet over it. It's like a ghost with this big mouth like this and this wide nose, its nose is like this, and its teeth is like this, like this and these wide eyes and everything. And it's got a scary voice and everything. And I watched this show and I saw 1 episode of that thing, and I couldn't sleep in my own room for a year. I was so scared. I was terrified. I had nightmares of this thing. And that was from 1 episode from a show. Now imagine you read a kid a book about how there's a demon inside of him that he can't get away from, no matter, because I could just go sleep in my parents' room. Sometimes I'd make like a little bed next to their bed, and my mom would have to like sleep with her arm off to hold my hand because I was so scared. Now imagine you, and the show goes on about how it's so popular, this book, and all these boys are reading it, or parents are reading it to their boys to make sure that they raise good boys that don't become rapists, because you know, so many boys like like, oh, that's an issue. All boys need to tame this monster because all boys have that desire within them to kidnap and rape girls. And I'm just like, oh my God. Imagine a kid gets scared of this demon inside him, like what kind of trauma would that cause amongst young boys? To raise your child as if there's a demon inside of him that he needs to tame. What kind of message are you sending? And it links with this because you can argue, oh, but no one will understand that they have a monster inside of them, even if the chance is very small for them to turn into a titan, or even if they can't choose it, even if they're forced to turn into a titan, they have to be forced. It doesn't matter. There is a demon inside of them, so they can turn into titans. So that gives us justification to fear them and to kill them. So just like people argue that for Zeke's plan, I've heard people are like, statistically, the majority of violent crime is committed by men. But that doesn't mean we can judge, like prejudge, oh, you're a child, you will grow up to be a violent serial rapist. Like, I feel like that's going to make it so much worse. You're going to traumatize this child. You're going to scar him. If you... the whole point that I'm making is you can't judge someone based on something that they might do. Everyone might someday murder someone, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the most ridiculous argument to me. How, oh, the world fears us. Obviously, it's different here. When these characters say something like it, it's different because, like, I understand the more how Gabi would say that because she's been trained to think this, and they've seen aliens right in front of their eyes be turned into titans, and the history, like, it was 2,000 years and they've only been gone for 100 years. So I can still understand the kind of fear a fictional, a literal monster like that would create in people. But from the viewer's perspective, from our perspective, we have to interpret the story the way that it's how to say, we have to interpret the story based on the lessons the author is trying to share, which is, to me, it seems, about this cycle that we need to break. You know, that king hurt the world, and now the world is hurting the those that came after the king, even though they have nothing to do with it, and now the Eldians are hurting the world again. Like, when are we going to break that cycle? That's kind of, to me, the obvious theme in the story as I interpret it. So, anyway, I forgot to put that down. Bottom line, I don't think people should be persecuted for anything that they might do. It depends. Obviously, I can imagine one thing, like, let's say you're planning a murder and someone can prove, like, look, you have the plans, you have, like, if they want to prevent that and then you get persecuted based on that, you can't get persecuted for the murder you didn't commit, but you can get persecuted to some extent for planning a murder. Like, if they can show, like, look, he had the date, he had the murder rep and everything, like, but then the punishment has to fit the crime. You can't say, like, if a guy gets accused, it's like the whole believe all women thing. Oh, well, guys are statistically, more violent crimes and stuff. So if a woman accuses a guy, we'll just believe the guy based on the fact that he's a guy. No, that's ridiculous. You can't persecute people for crimes they didn't commit. That's what I'm trying to say. So, anyway, the chef guy, he's not an Eldian. So he says he's inside me too. So he's acknowledging that you don't have a devil inside you because you're an Eldian. We all have devils inside ourselves. Like the whole, there's two wolves. Do you feed the bad one or do you feed the good one? Blah, blah, blah. And you, Kaya, and everyone. There's a devil inside of all of us. That is why the world turned out this way. See, oh my God, the message is so clear. The author is like, here, in your face. Don't judge people because of... There's a devil inside us all. That is what Titans are meant to represent. Symbolically. They're based on fucking drunk people. It's meant to say we all have bad things inside of us. We can't judge someone based on crimes they didn't commit. Oh my God, this is such a great quote right here. Let me just screenshot it. So this alone is one of my favorite pages now, ever. He says, we all have a devil inside of us. That's why the world turned out this way. Then what should we do? Yes, what should we do? It's not an easy question, is it? But just because a question isn't easy, just because doing what is right isn't easy, doesn't mean we should just, I wanted to say rumble the world, but genocide a whole group of people because, well, you know, no one will ever accept them, so let's just genocide them. Euthanasia, you know, sterilize them, they'll die out peacefully, and then the world will be a better place. Fuck you! They didn't do anything wrong. We get out of this forest, even if we can't. We just keep on trying. Exactly. That is the whole. Even if you don't know which way is the right way out of the forest, you can't just give up and just say, okay, well, genocide it is then. Genocide it is. This to me, this page right here, I haven't finished the manga, but that is everything, the whole lesson summarized. Even if we can't, we must keep trying. We don't give up and say, well, I'm in the forest, might as well burn it down. Might as well genocide. No. Somewhere the cycle has to stop. And even if you try and do something right and you fail, the next generation will see that you tried and they will do better and the better. But if you fuck it up and the next generation sees, well, they fucked it up, now we're going to fuck it. Like, otherwise the cycle just keeps on. Otherwise, the next generation will just, if you do the wrong thing in genocide, and then the next generation will see what you did and be like, yeah, that's what we do. That's how we get out of this. Or we'll return that. You did that, so now we'll do this. That's, to me, my new favorite page. I don't remember what was my favorite page, but this is my favorite page now. Dialogue-wise. Okay, so scream, help. And the guy gets eaten by a Titan. Isn't this the guy from before that beat up Shadis? Oh, yes, and there he is. The man himself slices him up, saves him. On encountering a Titan, I don't recall teaching you to sit and whimper. We've got some old units left, so put on your vertical maneuvering equipment. Follow me. That is, if any of you want to survive. And then, with tears in his eyes, the little bitch face screams, Instructor Shadis. And Yelena gets saved by Mikasa. Wow, why so much detail in that freaking, in this? There's a lot of detail. Look at that. Yelena's eyes, but then Mikasa's eyes. And that Titan just about to kind of like get at Yelena. That's interesting. But she just stands there and Onyankopon dodges back. I wonder if there's meaning in that. Well, I guess the meaning is that she's a crazy bitch. Okay, what chapter is this? Chapter 124. I'm gonna tweet already. Wait, no, finish the chapter first. Okay, so then Mikasa saves Yelena, and are there any surviving soldiers? Boom! All of you, move to the top floor of the fort. We'll gather the Titans there and take them out. Get every thunder spear you have. We have to finish this. Don't let the Titans go anywhere else. If you care about your friends who've been turned, lay them to rest here. And then thunder spear. I think, whatever that is. Now, all at once, fire! Pew, pew, boom, boom. who's this? I wonder, you can probably recognize some of these, but some of them already half dead. These ones over here. Here they come! Pull back! This way! None of you need to fight! Just lure them to the fort! Yeah, you bunch of pussies. Fucking brave enough to beat up an old man, but definitely would shit their pants before they fucking fight a titan. Oh, here he is, Pixis. Oh my god, I knew it was coming. Commander Pixis, let's go. Commander, we've made it this far because of you. Rest in peace. Who's that? Ah, that little... her. Smoke everywhere. The flames have begun to settle. The Marleyan soldiers are nearly wiped out, and the pure titans are all gone. This place is safe for now. Do you think you could tell us about the daydream then? What is Eren trying to do? Exactly what it looks like. I see. Is my homeland doomed as well? Yeah, he doesn't discriminate you on, even the people that are your allies. Fuck everyone. Jaegers don't discriminate. Fuck everyone. Ironically, that's exactly what the Marley did. They don't care which Aldeans actually committed the crimes of 2,000 years ago. Fuck everyone. So if you're screaming for the Jaegerists, you're screaming for Marley from before. But okay. I almost thought he said Falco, but no, it's poop. He said poop. I'm gonna start now. Poop is not enough anymore. Shitface, are you okay? Seems like while I was busy dying as the walls came down, you were leading the Titan hunt. So you're alive. Yeah, thanks for your concern. And you know I can't afford to die. Not during the moment of the Eldian Empire's return. Yelena, gather the volunteers. You're all under arrest. What? I'm glad you're not hurt, Mr. Blouse. I feel the same about you. Real sorry to call you down here while all this is going on. You? Why are you here? Please believe me. I don't want to fight you anymore. I just want you to give Falco back. I promise we'll disappear once you do. Where is Falco? What? Kidnapped to feed his mother who's been turned into a Titan? Why? Why is she a Titan to begin with? 4 years ago. That's right. Connie's hometown is the village that was turned into Titans 4 years ago. His mom was the only one who couldn't move, so she's been sitting there for 4 years. Connie has been going there to see his mother. I'm sorry, but I still can't give up on Falco. Can't Eren Jaeger turn Connie's mom back into a human? The founding Titan can do anything, right? I don't know, but if he could, I imagine Eren would have turned the soldiers, transformed by Zeke, back into humans. If you don't know for sure, we can ask him. We can ask Eren. Does he really have to kill everyone outside of the island? He doesn't have to do that. Can't he just attack all the world's military facilities? Let's ask him. He even stripped the armored Titan of its armor. He must be able to do it. Where is Reiner? That doesn't matter right now. He's too hard to move anyway. The armored Titan's hardening was undone? When? When did it happen? As the walls fell. Armin? If Eren meant he would undo all of the hardening. I forgot about her. That's a pretty wild visual, I'm not gonna lie. But the little detail there, all the shards lying around. Freaking, it's like coming out of our eyes, it seems here. Sheesh. Okay, 125 next, but first. I just quickly want to tweet. I just want to tweet chapter 124 of Attack on Titan manga summarizes one of the most important, if not the most important, lessons in the story. Summarizes chapter 124 of Attack on Titan manga. Oh, I don't have to say manga. Summarizes one of the most important, if not the most important, lessons in the story. At least based on my interpretation. I mean, isn't that implied? I think that's implied. I just wanna... Yeah. Oh my god. I should really stretch more. Anyway, chapter 124. I'm just gonna say IMO. Otherwise, that's just short and sweet. In my opinion, chapter 124 of Attack on Titan summarizes one of the most important, if not the most important lessons in the story. This is one of my favorite chapters. Maybe I don't know how do I impress how much I love this chapter, this page. I want to think of words that like express that, but I don't know. I can't come up with the right words to express how much I love this page specifically. Show 34 tweets. Okay. Chapter 125, Sunset. Stohis district. Found a survivor, over here. Quick, give me a hand. Lift that rubble up. Careful, that's it. Don't worry, you're safe now. What happened? The wall suddenly came down, and I had the strangest, most awful dream. We all did. We all had it. The Titans and the walls are marching off the island in ranks. They must not have intended to attack us, but... My home... Oh, it's all Eren Yeager's fault. What's a sacrificer to, huh? How dare you? He lost... See, the people are... It's not even fucking 5 minutes after the start of the rumbling, and the people are already tearing themselves up on the inside. He lost his son, Lots of people died when the walls collapsed. No, Eren killed him. That's right, Eren Yeager killed his own people. But if he hadn't summoned the Titans, the Eldians on this island would have all been slaughtered by outsiders. That's right. Our Eldian Empire survived, thanks to those noble sacrifices. We've won! There's no such thing as a victory without sacrifice. Dedicate your hearts. Your deaths were not in vain. Hitch. Yeah, this is bad. The citizens are bound to clash with each other if they're this worked up. We're going to need to equip ourselves. I'll handle this. You go to headquarters and bring back recruits and weapons. Dead bodies lying around, blood splurted, brains dripping, diseases, infighting, farmland destroyed, food systems where you plant the food, grow the food, harvest the food, make the food, transport the food. These people aren't gonna be able to do that. I wonder, is there do we know based on like some kind of data book or something, what percentage of people within the walls died? Was it like a quarter or a third? I'm quite curious. Because now, yeah. Take all the riot gear you can, Roger. What are they doing over in Shiganshina? The basement? And then Hitch goes in, looking for Annie. And Annie says, scream, and I'll slice your neck. Start by taking off that jacket, and then she gets thrown over her shoulder. You're so weak. I thought someone's granny was attacking me. Who would have thought the day would come when I throw you down, Annie? You, of all people, Hitch. I need to get her to the basement. If I don't restrain her, the town could... Hey, too late. I already cut myself. I can turn into a titan whenever I want. Your only option is to obey me. Is it now? I bet you don't have the stamina to transform if you're that weak. Maybe, but we don't know until I try. Well, it's not like she could do worse. The place is already in tatters. Is something wrong, Miss Drace? Miss Drace? I'm coming in. You're smarter than I thought, Hitch. Shut up. If you're saying you want to leave town, I have no reason to complain. And the best part? No more shifts, having to stare at your face in the basement. Sounds good. Finally. Now I don't have to listen to all your stupid rants about men. Huh? Why do you know about... No way. Were you conscious the whole time? Over 4 years? It was like watching a hazy dream for 4 years. I just heard both of your voices from afar. Aside from that, it was always the same for me, in darkness. So I had a decent idea of what was going on outside, thanks to you two. And then I suddenly found myself released. Then I heard Aaron's voice. Was he serious when he said he's going to destroy the world? It's true. The Wall Titans. Check out their footsteps, too. The only meaningful job I've done as a soldier has been cleaning up corpses and rubble. Yeah, how much of that could you really have done? Cleaning up after you, and now Aaron. So will you tell me now that you can see all the bodies that were trampled for your big, important plan, how do you feel? Well, you asked me all those times, so I thought about it. About how little we thought of it, about how little we thought at all. They praised us for killing people. We were taught that once we were beyond our borders, we could kill combatants and civilians alike. We were atoning for our sins as Eldians, on a mission to save the world, so anything was justified. Armin told me about your situation. In short, you wanted to stop that, right? So were the corpses buried under the rubble just a minor sacrifice to you? No, I didn't care about saving the world, or what have you. I didn't care about any of it. I was abandoned by both my parents not long after I was born. They say my blood test showed my mother had been having an affair with an Aldean or something. At the internment zone, I was taken in by a man of Aldean blood from another country. I heard they put him there for similar reasons. His goal was to train me into a Marlian warrior so that he could enjoy a better life. For as long as I can remember, he was always beating the martial arts techniques of his motherland into me. The only value I had to him was in whether or not I could become a warrior. Time passed and I grew strong, just like he wanted. So I paid him back for all the pain he'd showed me. I made it so that he'd never be able to walk straight again. But he rejoiced. Now you can kill your enemies, even unarmed, he said. What is this? Your life story? I had to hear you talk for 4 years straight. The least you could do is hear me out for a little while. And so it all stopped mattering to me. Who people were, where they came from, whether they lived or died. I didn't think any life had value, not even my own. That to me sounds kind of like psychopathic. Someone without any remorse. A person affected by chronic mental disorder with abnormal or violent social behavior. An extreme lack of empathy. Psychopaths may also be manipulative, charming, and exploitive, and behave in an impulsive and risky manner. But she's more like, she's not, because I think that might be something to do with your brain, but I don't think it's something you're necessarily born with. I think it's also something that can be beaten into you. Like I heard there were obviously very unethical studies where they would take a dog, like a breed that is known for being loving and kind, and then they would hit the dog and then be loving towards it and feed it, and then hit the dog for no reason, and then the dog basically developed schizophrenia. And so what I'm assuming here, if you raise a kid with such insane levels of violence from such a young age, and like she said, all the pain that she went through, and all the brainwashing as well for just being an Eldian and believing, oh, you are sinful and oh, blah, blah, blah. Her whole situation seemed to just maybe, potentially, she developed kind of like, because I think also with psychopaths, you probably are on a spectrum. It's not like you're normal or you're a psychopath. And by normal, I just mean like your average person isn't a psychopath, right? So maybe with psychopaths, they can fall onto a scale. Like you're not 100%, you might be like 75, I don't know. So it feels to me like she has, like something like that happened to her mentalities through what she went through with the brainwashing and the violence and stuff. So maybe, as she says, a switch in her brain clicked and it all stopped mattering to me. Who people were, where they came from, whether they lived or died. I didn't think any life had value, not even my own. Until that day it was. Until that day. It was the morning we were heading off to the island for the plan to retake the founder. The man dropped to his knees and apologized to me. He told me that everything he taught me was wrong. He cried and pleaded. He wanted me to come back. My status as a warrior, our titles as honorary Marlians. He said none of it mattered so long as I returned. That man was my father. He saw me as his own daughter. I have a father waiting for me, and others have people just as important to them. I didn't used to care about anything, but it's different now. I think I've committed irredeemable sins, but if it meant I could return to my father, I would do it all over again. I wonder if that's really true. I wonder if she's just saying that as like, to me, when I listen to what the whole thing she just said, obviously, if you just go back in time without your memories from now, you'd probably just do the same things. Yes, 100%, because you didn't learn anything, you're the same person. But if she went back as she is now with what she knows, how things turned out, obviously she would change some things in hope that it would turn out differently. Because look where listening to Marley got them. Look where indiscriminately killing people got them. Maybe if she actually thought about it and considered, if I could go back and tell Erwin everything, wouldn't things turn out better? Couldn't we come up with a different plan? But it feels to me like she's saying that to accept, to atone, like, because she admits, I've committed irredeemable sins. She doesn't want forgiveness. She knows that she has done horrible things. And she doesn't want to pretend like, if only I could go back, I would do things differently. I feel so bad. She still doesn't feel bad. She doesn't feel, she knew back then she was a child. She had no choice. Maybe, once again, as I said, if she could actually go back, she would realize telling Erwin would have been a better plan. Because look how things turned out. despite all the decisions that she made. But the story doesn't want us to feel like, oh, she's learned, she's grown, she wouldn't do that, she's better. The story and the character doesn't want any redemption, any forgiveness. She just says, I was a freaking psychopath, and I still wouldn't do anything differently because look at her history, look at how she was raised, look, the brainwashing, everything she must have gone through. Like, how could she have done something differently? How could she have made a different decision at freaking 13, 14 years old? Well, she didn't know better. Except after 2 years within the walls, it looked like she definitely felt she learned something, and she felt differently. We saw when she had to kill Marco, right? We saw she felt not resentment, but guilt or something. But then, you know, Reiner was in his big brother. What was the guy that got eaten because of him? Marcel. He was in Marcel brain. Like, I am the leader. I am. Obviously, that's his own mental issue. I don't think we realize with how they were raised what kind of fucked up shit goes wrong in your brain if you're raised the way that they were raised. As if killing people were normal. As if you're a sinful monster. Oh, that's normal. Like, raising kids like that, it can turn out, I think it fucks with your brain hard. So, by comparison, you know, Eren and Mikasa, well, Mikasa lost her parents and, you know, she was an orphan. But by comparison, Armin and Mikasa and Eren, their day-to-day life, not talking about the traumatic experience, but their day-to-day life compared to their day-to-day lives as children, their minds had more chance to develop normally. You know, they grew up poor. They grew up thinking that, you know, there are titans out there, but they had parents or grandparents who loved them. Even Mikasa, but she lost hers. But their day-to-day lives were normal compared to what the warriors went through. That's kind of crazy to consider. I see. Thanks for telling me that. But even if you do return to him, I think you'll find nothing but rubble and a corpse. Yeah. The Liberio internment zone. How many times do we have to tell you? The rumbling has been activated. Eren Yeager is coming to take all of our lives. Your family, your wife's family, you'll all be crushed. And I'm telling you that you've got no proof. You say you all had the same dream. You want me to believe that nonsense and let you out? I bet you've all been plotting this together in order to escape. Haven't you? I'm certain that interned Eldians around the world are saying the same thing. How could we have plotted something like that? Oh, you tell me. That's it. I'm certain now that you're all guilty of a conspiracy. We're rounding you all up. On your knees. Hands behind your heads. Hurry it up. So please, promise me that you'll come back. I will. I promise. He thinks of his daughter and he rises up. But what happens then? We don't know. Gunfire. Oh, fuck's sake. Instructor. The Jaegerists have gathered to take over this fort. We need to hurry and run. If they find us, there's no telling what they'll do to us this time. It's fine. There's no place for me now anyway. The junta's nape has now been cut from its backbone. We've just seen it laid to rest. The junta? The people... Ow. Ow, 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 ow. The people support the Jaegerists, I imagine. They'll soon take control of this island. They'll be sure to wipe out the members of the old order like me. Besides, I don't have the energy in me to live out the rest of my years shitting outdoors on some lonely mountain. But sir, We would have all died a few hours ago if not for you saving us. We're going to protect you, no matter what. You damned fools. Why do you think I sat there and let a bunch of peasants kick and stomp me to the ground? Yes, 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 you little bitch faces. He let you do that. Do as the Jaegerists say. Don't you disobey them. The likes of you wouldn't be able to protect anyone, but yourselves anyway. Stay here and join them. What? But the day will come for you to rise up. Until then, don't ever lose sight of who you are. I want to tweet this too. Save. And then I'm just gonna go here. I won't do it on its own tweet. I'm just gonna do a reply tweet. Interesting. But the day will come for you to rise up. Until then, don't ever lose sight of who you are. Armin, wait. You'll never catch up to Connie if you set off for Ragako now. And even if you did, then what? Will you tell him to give up on turning his mom back into a human? Really? I will. Even if it doesn't work out, I need to do everything I possibly can. Gabi won't trust me unless she sees my actions. And we need her. Reiner and the Card Titan are still hiding somewhere. She could be the key to placating them. It's not as if the issue of inheriting the 9 Titans is going away. In the worst case, we'd have to repeat the last 2,000 years of conflict surrounding their power on this tiny island. Yep. If I'm being honest with you, I'm so tired I could hop into bed and sleep for about 2 days straight. Humanity's history is becoming a whole lot narrower, cozier even. If I don't do all I can now, there will be a massive impact on humanity's quaint little future. I will tell Connie that maybe his mom should stay an upside-down Titan. What should I do? Help John out. Just think for yourself for once. That's so mean. Just think for yourself for once. She's a fighter. She's not a leader. You're the fucking Erwin. People asking you for guidance shouldn't be that fucking. I know he's tired though, so that's not the worst thing he could have said. But I'm just saying how I feel and how I wish you would respond. What about Eren? I don't know. Besides, what could we do anyway? Hanj and the captain could be dead right now. Shitface and his men might start pointing their guns at us. And Annie might be back in action. The military's chain of command is broken. It's chaos. That's right, even Historia could be in danger. The volunteers, the Azumabito and Niccolo are going to be in danger too. So listen, we're in no place to think about Eren. He's a lost cause. You get that, don't you? Sorry. If it were Erwin here, I'm sure he wouldn't have snapped at you like that. Erwin might have jumped off a bridge right now. That man had so much survivor's guilt. I don't know if he would have lasted this long. Well, there's your answer. I wasn't the one who should have come back. And then she sees the scarf is gone. Stolen, looted by a Jaegerist. Because they can do whatever they want. Even if it's for his mother's sake, Connie'll have to think hard about trading a boy's life for hers. I'm sure he will hesitate. You'll make it in time. Thank you, Mr. Blouse. I'll be staying with the Blouses for the time being. You all should hurry and leave this place too. Mia, be well. My real name is Gabi. Hmm? Gabi's weird. I like Mia better. Huh? Bye, Kaya. Goodbye, Gabi. And isn't that like the most beautiful, that little hug right there, that little blurry, it's not even in detail. I wish I would love to dedicate an entire page detailed that hug. There is the hope. The next generation. Both at one point was ready to kill the other. And yet they've made peace. Stop it, shitface. Don't kill him. Calm down, John. I just made him understand. He didn't grasp the situation he was in. But I think this got the message across. Yeah, because that's how you people talk. That is so... Oh, it bodes well for the future when this is how you teach someone a lesson and convince them that you're right. It bodes so well for a vibrant and luscious and peaceful and gorgeous future. Shitface, your face should be on the money. The new alien currency and your alien empire, you should be on the $1 bill. You call it, oh look, I have shit faces for everyone. Now all these volunteers know what happens when they speak to us the wrong way. I hate him so much. Hey, who the hell asked you to start acting like you're the king of the hill out here? I'm glad you asked, John. Listen up, everyone. 10 months ago, Aaron told me his plan. He said he'd use Zeke to control the Founder's Titan. I gathered comrades to help Aaron, and today, the plan succeeded. You volunteers have lost your leader, and the military isn't here to back you either. And now, you'll lose your homelands. Thanks to the rumbling, gigantic Titan footsteps are all that will remain. You've lost your reason for coming here in the first place, the revival of your homelands. And that's fucked up. And this right here shows their true nature. Well, his true nature. Not a good look. But if any of you still wish to lend your strength for the sake of the Eldian Empire, here on this island, speak up. We will welcome you as Eldians. Who do you think you are, bastard? They should have just thrown their honorary Eldians, and then it would have been like the perfect circle. Who do you think you are, bastard? Show this man some respect. He lived as a proud volunteer to the end, refusing to submit, even in the face of a bullet. But pride is nothing worth dying for. What's so bad about submission? Wouldn't you rather live than die like this? That's really dumb. That's really, really dumb. Because that's like saying... That's like saying Zeke's plan was right, or the Eldians in the internment zone, that was right. Like, at least they were living. But I guess you could interpret it as like what Shada said. Just submit for now and, you know, rise up later together, because then you're stronger together. I'll give you time to think. Take the volunteers to their cells. What? John, what happened here? To answer your earlier question, I speak on Aaron's behalf. If Aaron is solving all the problems beyond the island, I'll wipe away the resentment left within. Anyway, we survived that hell 4 years ago, and now we finally have this. Do you understand? This is freedom. You don't need to fight anymore. You can live as you please. It's not freedom if you can't even disagree with you Freedom isn't saying something and then being shot in the head. That's not freedom. Freedom is not being forced to listen to somewhere else. Being forced to listen to someone else. By threat of fucking getting your brains blown out. So, yeah, shitface. You truly are a shitface. You wanted to become an MP and live a good life in the interior, right? Do that. You're one of the heroes. It's over. It's over. So go back to being the old John, the annoying, irresponsible, conceited bastard. What did you just call me? Shitface. Captain Levi and Commander Hanj. What happened to them? Oh, I'm sorry, but Zeke killed him. But I know that's not true. Connie-san, I'm grateful that you saved me, but haven't we been going north all this time? Look, the sun's sitting over there. It's fine. The south is too dangerous. We need to get you away from here. From there. I'm taking you to a safe hospital where they can treat your amnesia. You really were all on your own, collapsed on the ground. It's true, you know. This is the least I could do as a soldier. That's right. I've become a soldier. Connie, go become a great soldier. You'll be everyone's protector. Dad, Sonny, Martin, they're never coming back, but I can at least bring Mom back. Just hold on a little longer. Mom, I've become a soldier, and now... But Connie, think about, would your mom want this? Would your mother want this? Thank you, Connie-san. You're doing so much for me. It's fine. I'm lucky Mr. Connie is such a good person, but I still need to get back south somehow. I remember meeting with Colt and Gabi, but what could have happened after that? How can I not remember? The spinal fluid, Colt, Gabi, the battle with Marlian forces, what happened? The airships might have left, and Connie, I feel like I've seen him somewhere, but if he doesn't know who I am, maybe it's just my imagination. Judging by the direction and speed, the ships are withdrawing straight back to Marley. Could they have given up hope on our Marlian forces making it back alive after seeing the rumbling take place? Well, it's a smart move. Now they can let the rest of the nation know about the situation. Far better than just waiting for those things to crush us. No, but why go in front? Like, if they were just scared about being crushed, they would just... They would like stay behind them. In that case, there's nothing more we can do. How could we possibly stop them now? We can't. But we'll keep our pathetic struggle up until the end. Just like Niccolo said. We keep moving forward. No. Hans in the background. No. Wait, 待て。ちょっと待って。ください. Don't eat me, okay? I'm completely unarmed. Oh, that guy over there? No need to worry about him. He's nothing more than a bastard who refuses to die. Thankfully, because he is an enhanced human. Okay, I think this will be since it's already an hour and a half, this will probably be the last chapter for today. Hey, Oliver, what's wrong? Come on, you need to... Oh, chapter is called Pride. Oh, she's crying. There's no one after us now. Levi. Everyone's got turned into titans and only you survived. It must be for the same reason you've always survived injuries this dire. Because you are an Ackerman. Okay. Well, now what do? We can't stop Zeke on our own. We just have to count on Armin or Commander Pixis. Say, Aaron, did you betray Zeke? If the Jaegerists use the spinal fluid to control this island, we'll be on the run here for the rest of our lives. Sounds like our time has come. You might feel like you're doing the right thing, but times change, and you find yourself in a cell. Maybe we should just live here together. Right, Levi? Have babies. Repopulate the earth. No, I'm joking. Repopulating the earth from inside the forest doesn't seem like the best place to be. I wonder whether or not they would actually be into each other or not, which I think is like 100% no. I'm curious, what would Hanj and Levi's babies look like? If they had to. Okay, then the memory. Just now. What was that? The whole world. Aaron? Levi? Damn. For a small boy, he's got a big back. The Beast Titan, that piece of shit. Where is he? You don't need to get up. Zeke went to Shiganshina district with the Jaegerists. Half a day has passed since then. What happened? I screwed up. I wasn't able to figure out if he was truly ready to die. I let him get away again. I'm sure you want revenge, but for now, if we keep running and hiding, what will that get us? Oh, so you heard me talking to myself. What are you making? That you're going to pull me by horse? I know you. You won't be able to stay out of the action. Yeah, that's right. I can't. My goal is to kill Zeke. That's pretty much what he's living for right now. Oh my god. All he's living for. I wonder if, like, would he be overwhelmed? Would he give up if he didn't have something to fight for, you know? Our interests align. Theo Magath. Pick finger. Levi Ackerman. It seems you have the strength to stand against the 9 Titans, but how do you expect to dodge one of my bullets looking like that? I can't dodge any bullets, but I'm presenting myself to the enemy in this sorry state. Shoot or listen, it's up to you. Then we'll listen before we shoot. You said you'd kill Zeke. Where is he now? My guess is that he's trying to win over Eren so he can use his royal blood. Well, to win over the founding Titan. Seems like you know it all, Titan Dr. Hanj. Even more than Marley. Have you seen this founding Titan for yourself? I know it's unbelievably large and that it seems impossible to beat. So we just have to do this together. Let's combine forces. You get it, right? The rumbling continues. John obviously cannot sleep because he has a brain and he can't just accept this. Mikasa lying awake. Annie. Reiner. Gabi struggling with the horse. And even Connie still awake, watching. What do I need to do to get Mom to eat Falco? Do I have to use force after all? If I hurt him and he figures out that he has Titan powers, it's all over for me. I can't fail here. Something. I need to think of something. Such an earnest kid, not one complaint about sleeping out in the open like this. He ought to be suspicious of me, and yet, does he trust me? Really? Me? Damn it. Sasha, would you have understood? Weren't we going to a hospital? Why are we in an abandoned village? There's something interesting here. I thought we could take a look. This is Rakoko village. How did you know that? I heard you talking to yourself last night. Sasha, isn't that the name of one of your fellow soldiers? The girl Gabi shot in the airship? You knew who I was all this time, but you pretended you didn't, and took me here. Why? Are you planning on getting revenge? No. That happened in the heat of battle. I get that. Oh my god. Scary face. Don't worry, it can't move. It's been like this for 10 years. But why would you show me this? I want you to help me brush this titan's teeth. It's not every day you get an opportunity this unique. Connie, anime, brush titan teeth. That's funny. Why does it look like he has purple hair here? He looks like a different anime character with that. Poor Connie. But he knows. See, this is often something that I've sometimes when you know a character, like Connie was gonna do something bad right up until, you know, that moment, and then you always have to wonder, because Connie knew what he was doing is wrong, and I'm curious, would he have stopped? With many anime characters, I wonder these things. Like, oftentimes a character is stopped by someone else, but sometimes with certain characters, I think to myself, I know that character. They wouldn't have gone through with it, but you can never know if they were stopped beforehand. But oftentimes, there's certain characters that when you get to know them, you just realize they wouldn't have gone through with it. I want you to help me brush this titan's teeth. It's not every day you get an opportunity like this. Huh? See, See there? We just have to scrub away from up on that beam. Let's climb up first. Then we'll figure it out together. Right? Okay? Okay. Falco, get away from him. He's trying to feed you to a titan because you've inherited the jaw titan. Huh? Connie, no! Stop. Stay back. Connie! Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Don't say a word. You wouldn't understand. You're going to tell me it's better to keep him alive, that I should give up on my mom. How can someone who's as righteous as you ever understand an idiot like me? Falco, use the power of the jaw. The jaw? What about Galliard-san? No! Stop! Falco! And then he sees Erwin. Gabi, please forgive Connie. Huh? And then Armin's like, whoosh, whoosh, and jumps up. Oh, he wants to commit suicide. Oh my god, I forgot about this. I said stay back. Hey, what are you doing? Say something. Armin, you just told me not to, so I'll show you through my actions. That's interesting, because a lot of, like, remember when Bertolt and Armin just want to talk to him, and his first greatest plan or moment was when Eren trusted Armin to talk to the other people that were threatening them, and he talked them out of it. And so now it's like actions. It's just an interesting progression. So Armin jumps, and Connie lets go of Falco and dives to he dives to save Armin. Colt, if I hadn't saved you, What were you gonna do? Your mom would have turned human again. Having inherited the Colossus Titan, that had only caused my mom to suffer, even I can figure out that much. She told me to become a great soldier when she sent me out into the world, and yet her son nearly killed a kid and a friend. That's the kind of soldier I am. Me too. I could never fill the commander's shoes. Armin, I want to become a soldier my mother would be proud of. So let's go and save some people in trouble. I want to screenshot that too. Connie. I've always liked Shedis, despite the way he treated Sasha during the 104 squad training. Yeah, he was like, he was just that he was doing his job. He didn't whip her. He made her run laps, like. He just made her run laps. Could have been worse. Ha. His job was to make them soldiers after all. Why is Dainsleif trending? A lot of art, I guess. Probably it's to do with the story, so I won't look into that trend. Sorry, that's a Genshin thing, sorry. Okay, so Connie says, let's go and save some people in trouble. Found you. I'm glad to see you. You came here looking for me? Or was it for the scarf? I thought you'd have it. I'm sorry, but I thought it'd bring me closer to you. Yes, stealing people's possessions definitely is a way to get closer to them. That is totally a normal thing to do. There's a fragment of a thunder spear in my stomach now, and they can't remove it. It's a pity I'll never be able to see the free world that Eren Yeager will make. Just once, I had the chance to speak to Mr. Yeager about you. He told me that he wanted me to throw the scarf away. But I thought if he wanted me to throw it away, I could at least give it back. Oh, see, that's interesting. I didn't notice this detail in the anime, but so she comes to this girl knowing that she probably has the scarf, but you see here, she's not mean or anything. She's just like, oh, you have my scarf. I thought you might have it. And her eyes are very like just, and she's listening to the girl. She's not demanding her scarf back right now because this girl is freaking on her deathbed. We get that. And she's just like, I thought you might have it, you know. She when she was looking for this girl, she didn't know she was here on her deathbed. So now she's listening to the girl, but the moment she said, Eren told me to throw it away, it's like her demeanor changes. And then she says, give it back. I became a soldier because I admired you. I have no regrets because I chased after you as I lived, dedicating my heart. No regrets. Why does that sound like... Is there a chapter called No Regrets? Makes me think of that movie with that guy and the tattoo. No regrets. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I don't even remember what movie it's from. It was People traveling in an RV or something. Attack on Titan, no regrets. No Regrets is a Japanese manga series written by Gunsnark and illustrated by Hikaru Suruga based on a visual novel of the same name. The series is a spin-off of Hajime Isayama's Attack on Titan manga. The story follows the character of Levi Ackerman before he joins the Survey Corps. Which episode is No Regrets in Attack on Titan? Episode 4, No Regrets, Part 1. Oh, is it the Levi... Is it not written by... What? Huh? Attack on Titan No Regrets is a spin-off manga illustrated by Hikaru Suruga. Oh, illustrated. With a story based on A Choice with No Regrets visual novel. This manga focuses on Levi and serves as a prequel to the main story by Hajime Isayama. Okay. So that's where I remembered that from, No Regrets. Interesting. You know? She made decisions that she didn't regret. That's, you know, fine for you. But there you are now, lying with a piece of explosive in your stomach and the world is being crumbled to dust. And even the part that you were trying to protect, Paradis, is eating itself up from the inside. The so-called leaders murdering anyone that doesn't agree with them. So, you know, nice choices. At least you don't regret them. End of the rumbling line, eh? Finally we were free of this ground shaking. It was like the sound of bells announcing our freedom. Our Eldian Empire has been persecuted by the world for over a century, ever exposed to the threat of the Titans. But you know how Shitface, he forces people to say what he wants to hear, like the right words. Fight for Eldia, blah, 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 blah. And if you don't say it, he shoots your head off. Doesn't that kind of, it's reminiscent of how Marley treated Eldians in the internment zone, where they had to learn certain things and believe certain things. They weren't allowed, like if you questioned the history that you were taught and how you were being treated, your daughter could get fed to dogs. Like, fucking shitface. He's like Sergeant Gross, if not worse. No, you can't get worse. After you pass a point, it's not even, you're just horrible, you both of you. Now we are free. We have won against the world, thanks to Eren, Emancipator, and us, the Jaegerist. Hey, Mikasa, you gonna join the Jaegerists to become one of the rulers? Not interested. Sure looks like John is, though. Dedicate your hearts! Dedicate your hearts! We're free! Long live Jaegerists! Dedicate your hearts! I'm dedicating this drink to Eren. Let's see how long your food lasts. Has anyone tried to go see what it's like there? Out in the fields where their feet went. We need to hurry to where Reiner is. Don't worry, he'll be in a coma for 2 or 3 days. Should really be taking this detour? For now, we eat. But is it true, Armin? Annie might be back? Yeah, if all the hardening was undone, it's a possibility. There she is. Fuck's sake. I forgot about this. Like, obviously I remember it now, but I forgot that it was coming. So this moment is just so Annie. And then she choo 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 and swallows. Annie's gobbling down a pie. Cut it out, Connie. What a sloppy eater. It's her first pie in 4 years. Sorry, the line was real long, so... She's gone? Dear Hitch, I happened to meet Armin and Connie, so I decided to join them. I'm going now. Sorry for all the trouble. Thank you for talking to me for these 4 years. Goodbye. Sincerely, your gloomy roommate. Sheesh, how am I supposed to eat all this alone? Oh, Hitch. People of the Empire, thank you for gathering here today. And now, it is time for us to execute these 2 volunteers who dare to turn against the Eldian Empire. I can't do a normal voice for him. I want to do a stupid voice. But I don't know how to do a stupid voice. With this, we Jaegerists will inherit Aaron's wishes to rule the world, and to be a declaration of our reign over this island of Paradis. I don't know if there's any Jaegerist fan still here after, you know, me calling him shitface and whatnot. But I hope me doing this voice I don't want to say annoys you, but I'm just thinking about, remember the person who I was talking about in the intro, the one who was like typing almost most of his messages in freaking all caps and blah blah blah, and like, I hope it annoys you. But I bet that kind of person, he doesn't even listen to my videos really. He just goes and forwards to the Aaron scenes, here's something I said about Aaron that's not right in his mind, and then he starts in all caps. It'll be a declaration of our reign over the island of Paradis. Yes, yes, totally, such a good idea. Killing people, public executions. All societies that were like this in history have survived and have been great, wonderful, flourishing societies. This criminal is named Yelena.
She took up arms against Marley and supported the Eldian Empire, but her true aims were different. They were to put the Founder's power into Zeke's hands, and to make his euthanasia plan into reality, wiping every last alien out. She was always a filthy Marlian! Aaron may have defeated Zeke and stopped their plan, but she acted as his faithful servant all along. Die, you harlot! Go to hell where you belong! Yelena, any last words? You ever gonna stop talking?
Are you ever gonna stop talking and shoot? I respect her. I respect her for that.
Shoot her! Die, manslander! Shoot! She'll never be a match for the subjects of Emil. Only those with Emil's blood will survive. Shoot! I'm not shooting yet. This criminal is named Onyakopon. He worked hard for Eldia, ignorant of the euthanasia plan. But he dared say he'd choose death over life under the Eldian Empire. If you've changed your mind, now is the time to...
Ha 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 ha! I assisted Eldia in order to save my homeland from Marley, to help all of you as well. As a result of that aid, my homeland will be trampled, my family slaughtered, and now are the only ones left here a bunch of pathetic xenophobic bastards? Is that it? Ha ha ha. My life is not so precious that it would be worth flattering the likes of you. Every one of you must already know the outrage that is sudden, indiscriminate murder. Why do none of you understand this? His words, his tears feel like my feelings, but mine is like 1% of what he must be feeling. Maybe 0%, 0.3%, but because his feelings are like real because of his family and but I'm just saying, like, what he's saying is like what I've been saying. I'm going to screenshot this as well and tweet Onyakopon. Save. Every one of you must already know the outrage that is sudden, indiscriminate murder. Why do none of you understand? The outrage that is sudden indiscriminate murder. Huge shout out for showing love for the past couple of years now. Thank you for your service, fam. Love our supporters. Oh, that's really nice. Starting with this one and then Shadis, Connie, Onyankopon. Wait, I won't include that in the thread. I will just tweet it. Normal tweet. Onyankopon. And the heart emoji. Heartbroken or heart? I feel like heart because my heart goes out to him, but I'm heartbroken because of the situation he's in. Right, this team. Okay. Stop standing there in silence. Say something. Oh, he's saying that to John. And then John shoots, but he shoots next to him. Damn, I missed. What are you doing? I'm surprised that fucking shitface let Onyankopon talk that long. So then, shitface! And he pushes him out of the way. The card titan, they got away. It ate John, Yelna too. After them, equip yourselves. Carry the injured, hurry. Damn it, where's Mikasa? Hurry up and get... Where is Mikasa? Hear that? 4 gunshots in a row. That's the sign from John to continue the operation. We've got plenty of weapons and food packed already. Their attention should be on the other side of the fort right now. Let's go. Rattle, rattle, rattle. Someone's watching us. Hey, I don't remember if we ever figured out who the fuck was that. Who's watching them? Please don't tell me if we did or didn't figure it out, but... Oh, fuck, I should use this one. Wait. Okay. What should we do, Armin? Like, who could that be? It looks like someone that is like bald on top and has hair here. But who? Oh wait, wasn't it Shadis all this time? Oh yeah, wait. I think so. Maybe he was watching them. I think so. What should we do, Armin? We just have to keep going. Hurry, Mikasa. I'm never getting in a Titan's mouth again. The cart can stay in Titan form for months at a time, right? Don't you ever think to brush your teeth? That's very rude to say to a lady. Since when did you join forces with Marley? Last night. Are you sure? Your position would have been secure if you'd stayed with the Jaegerists. Yeah. You know, I wish I could have stayed cooped up in my room, earshot, but if I had the burnt ashes of the dead would never have forgiven me. John, I don't understand what that means, but thank you. Whoosh! Just to wash yourself already. Even me? But why? Securing you was part of the deal, to use the cart's power. They wanted you alive. It was a request from the general. Eesh, poor Reiner. Get up! What? Annie? Calm down, Reiner. Don't worry, we're all on the same side. There's no time. We're going now. Where? To save the world. I love that moment. A lot of people don't love that moment because they were mocking it like, oh, Avengers. Blah, blah, blah. The fucking Avengers are awesome. Well, they used to be. They used to be. Marvel kind of has gone away. A kind of way. But I like this moment a lot. Especially after what all these characters have been through up to this point. What we learned about Annie just recently, her conversation with Hitch, Armin's freaking near suicide, Connie wanting to be a soldier his mother can be proud of, Mikasa, everything we learned about Mikasa from Eren, and then her conversation with Armin, and oh my god, just the kind of potentially breaking away from what she believed, you know, when she was growing up, like the blinders coming off, seeing the world maybe from a different perspective. Gabi, her whole freaking journey up to this point, and then I would say Falco was already kind of perfect from the start, you know. Similar to Mikasa, his change hasn't been like, there hasn't been as obvious steps as, or it hasn't been put into nice words from the characters themselves, like Annie, Armin, Connie, and Gabi. But still, they have gone through a lot, both Mikasa and Falco. I mean, Falco is freaking a Titan now, which he didn't used to be. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy that despite everything and how easily, at least half of these characters could have, including Jean, could have just gone with the flow and, you know, given up and become Jaegerists. They decided that that's not right. This is not what's going to make me a soldier that my mom can be proud of. And they took the difficult route. But I mean, I admire that. I wonder if I should dye my hair again. So yeah, I really like this ending. Even if a lot of people didn't like it. To me, I don't know, I'm always inspired by the parts in movies where people brace themselves for a big fight, where they're like, you know what? It's not gonna be easy, but this is what we need to do. Like, that is an exciting moment. Attack on School casts. Won't you teach us what our soul savior Ymir is trying to tell us? Believers will be saved. Hell if I know. That girl you dressed in rags, I don't know her. Untie me. You hear that? You really did see her. Our prayers have reached her. Through this messenger, she will deliver us. Tell all our members, this time has come. Holy shit. These people are all messed up. They don't know kidnapping is a crime. That's the state governor. Wait, you mean I can't trust the cops? Look at that difference between the bottom panel there and the bottom panel on the other side. I can't ever go back to how things were. I'm so afraid. I used to look up to this. Go, go, Reiner! What? You guys? Our messenger is being taken. You servants of God, extinguish yourselves. This way. You see this, Historia? Sure, so cool. We got pushed back by the cops, so we asked Historia for help. Consider us even, Eren. Get in, losers. How dare you take Ymir's messenger? We will take him back. Such random characters being included here in these groups, like Niall and this girl from season 2 with the glasses. And Jankopon. That's Zeke? Interesting. A preview. John, it's me. I didn't realize. I'll wait outside. I hadn't heard a thing. Don't go. Don't even think. If I stay put, I can land the best spot in the interior if I stay put. But he couldn't because it wasn't right. That is why Jean is the best. John is the best. I'm gonna fucking call my son Jean. I need to have 10 kids to give all the names I want to give. I recently thought of a new name, another pretty name for a girl. Why? Why? Where's my notes? Where's my names note? Oh, here. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to remember now. Damn it, I should have written it down the moment I thought about it. But I like Jean for a boy. My mom named me Kayla because of a girl from Days of Our Lives. Kayla, Days of Our Lives. And my mom wasn't even such a big fan. Just like, oh, she's pretty. I've watched some Days of Our Lives. Kayla Brady. But probably this is an older version. The Kayla Days of Our Lives, young. Like back when this was, I'm almost 30, so like Kayla Brady 30 years ago. This woman, I'm named after this woman, and not the actress, the character. This woman. Oh God. Sorry, I don't like her hair. Steve and Kayla. Oh, wow. I mean, I like my name now. I used to not like it, but I like it now. And you know what? It doesn't have anything. There's famous Kaylas. Notable people with the name include... Who is the most famous Kayla? Most famous people named Kayla. Number one is Kayla Brady. Fame meter, very low. Kayla Brady. Next most famous people, Kayla Harrison. Who is that? Kayla Williams, Kayla Ewell, Kayla Mueller. No one has pictures. Not even fucking Kayla Brady, the most famous Kayla, has pictures. The most important person in history. Their notable profession was doctor, but this is a fictional character. Kayla Harrison. Who's Kayla Ewell? An actress. So not the character, this is an actress named Kayla Ewell. Pisces, rabbit. Chinese zodiac rabbit. They don't even say somewhere that she's fictional. Oh my God. That is a bad website. Famous Kaylas. Kayla Davis, a YouTube star. Kayla Malik, a TikTok star. No, but these are young. I want people... Kayla Nicole, she's 2 years older than me. Or, yeah, I know. Kayla Jones. Kayla Meraki. Kayla Jarrett. Kayla Bylan. Many YouTube stars, I see. Kayla Ewell, see here. This is the actress. She's 37. But you know what? I don't care. I am Kayla. I'm a different kind of Kayla. Born on August 28th. Best known for her roles including Caitlin Ramirez in The Bold and the Beautiful, Maureen Sampson on Freaks and Geeks, Vicky Donovan, Vampire Diaries. So that's where I know her from. I knew she looked freaking familiar. She had comedic roles, Family Life, Two Brothers and Sister. She guest starred, blah, blah, blah. More. This is quite a cool website actually because it shows you other groups. Like she is a Kayla. She's also in the Vampire Diaries and Fired Up, senior skip dan, 37-year-old. So then you can click who else is 37 years old. Who then other TV actresses, more August 28th birthdays, more Virgos. It's pretty cool. Interesting, you know, if you want to know about. Because I think that there's a lot of meaning in things like names and. Because what is the name is the first gift that you receive besides the gift of life and breath, you know. I like the idea of names and having kind of like it's like a blessing on you. I am from a country where many cultures give their kids names like blessing or gift or so like this child is a blessing. Other and also names like fortunate or I don't know, kind of like a blessing on the child, not just the child is a blessing or the child is a gift, but like yeah, Zulu names. I think it's many. So for example, here are over 200 Zulu names for boys and girls. So for example, Nandi means sweet. Ndondoloza means prudence. So that's a kind of something you wish for your child. Nslakanipo, wisdom. Nslansla, luck. Njabulo, happiness. But some people just call their children just that word, like happiness. I like that one, Jabudo. So, yeah. Why am I talking about this again? Because of John. And just because of, it's a nice name for a boy. What does it mean? John name meaning. What does, not for a girl, boy baby name meaning and popularity. The name Jean is both a boy's name and a girl's name. Of English origin, meaning God is gracious. Originally a feminine of John, Jean was popular in Scotland long before it found favor elsewhere, and its most shining moments here in the era of John Harlow, ultimate symbol of silver screen glamour. Now, though, there are many grandmas and even moms with the name, it doesn't seem all that baby friendly. What? It's very baby friendly. I think so. Though that could change and John could join Jane. Jane is not a good name. So that's all they say about the name, just it means God is gracious. People are pressed for a decision. No matter the outcome, they must choose. Okay, well then, and that's 3 for today. 124, 125, 126. Maybe I can do another one tomorrow. Maybe another 2 chapters. Or even just 1. But 2 would be great. But it doesn't matter. I should just end at 134. Because that's where potentially, I don't know, I'll have to find out after Friday. But that's potentially when, after the new anime episode comes out, I'm not sure which chapter it will end with. Because I don't want to read past that. Because I want to stay anime only. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening. Tomorrow is Thursday. I'm going to be reacting to Avatar. And then on Friday, I won't be streaming. I will be watching the Attack on Titan final season part 3, part 1, or part 4. I don't fucking know. Just part 3. And then part 4 is coming out later. So it comes out around 5:30. So I hope I'll be ready. And then my next stream will be Saturday. What's this? Why does it say Vinland Saga there? I copied and pasted the wrong thing, probably. Vinland Saga comes out on a Monday. Oh, it should have been here, episode 9. It probably got copied to the wrong place. So yeah, my streams will be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh, I just need to move around my Monday stuff. Because I can't stream Fansly stuff. I'll just move my Fansly stuff over here then. Sorry. I should do this by myself, but you know what? Copy. No, let me just end the video and then I'll sort out my freaking schedule. But yeah, I'm definitely streaming Saturday and Sunday. I could stream Wednesday or Monday. I guess it depends on the time. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon for the next Attack on Titan anime episode.